We will remove this middle full stop and we will add any two conjunctions. We will add conjunction, and that conjunction will either be comma and. If two sentences are similar, you will put comma and. Like, Great Barrier Reef is situated in Australia, full stop. It's a famous tourist place. So in between, you will put comma and, right? Because both are similar, there's no contrast. Okay. But if two sentences are contrasting, contradictory, you will write comma but. Like, Great Barrier Reef is a tourist place, full stop. Not many tourists are interested in this place. So in between, what will you write? Comma. सबका ध्यान नहीं है. No one is, not everyone is alert. The first sentence says Great Barrier Reef. Let's say Great Ocean Road. How many of you have been to Great Ocean Road? यहाँ पे आके वहाँ पे नहीं गए, that means आने का कोई फायदा नहीं हुआ, right? मतलब ऑस्ट्रेलिया आके ग्रेट ओशन रोड नहीं गए, that means कुछ देखा नहीं ऑस्ट्रेलिया में. So first sentence says Great Ocean Road is a famous tourist place in Australia. First sentence. Second sentence is uh, since 2016, not many tourists are visiting this place. So now tell me, with what conjunction will you combine these two sentences? But why? Because it's a contrast, right? So in that case, you will put comma but conjunction. Okay. Don't try to put however, although, though, or any other conjunction. You don't need it. This is sufficient to get you 90 in your writing. Okay. If you need 7 or even for 8, your reading summary until this step is complete. Okay. But there is one more step if you want to use that one. Fifth one, hello, which is after combining these two sentences, you make a change which can be either number 1, a synonym change, which is, let's say, people with disabilities face a lot of difficulties. People with disabilities face a lot of difficulties. Tell me, what word can you change here? Difficulties with challenges or problems. Okay. Anything else? Faces can be encounters or confronts. Good, right? So if it's easy for you, only then you will make the synonym change. Okay. Let's say the word in the passage is decentralization. Now, tell me, can you think of a synonym for decentralization? It's very difficult. It's not easy. So you won't go for difficult words. Go for easy ones. Like main can be key. Main. What can be the synonym for the word main? Vital, pivotal, significant. So many words. Prime, right? Depends. So any two synonym change. Any two. So, but if you know only one synonym change, you will make one. ठीक है. अब कुछ ऐसा हुआ पूरे पैसेज में आपको कोई सिनोनिम ही नहीं आ रहा, किंजल क्या करोगे? लीव इट. ठीक है. पंगे नहीं लेने उसके साथ. You leave that paragraph. Okay. Second change can be swap change. Swap is easy. If it's written A and B, you make it B and A. So if it's written red and blue, you make it blue and red. Okay. Whales and sharks, you write sharks and whales. Swap the place. That's it. That's the change for the computer. Okay.
First word is related to the something in the sentence, so it will change the order as well, right?
Yes.
So
So
we just have to focus on the nouns. We have in the nouns or the some keyword that's not connecting to any other pieces.
Yes, only then, only then. That's a good point. So, guys, we will make a swap change. Let's say if it's written, um, let's say car, trucks, and lorries. Okay, in that case, you write trucks, cars, and lorries, right? But if it says um, in the animal kingdom, there are two kinds of animals: herbivores and carnivores. In the animal kingdom, there are two kinds of animals, animal species. No, there are two kinds of animals: herbivores and carnivores. Okay. Now, in the second sentence, if it says, no, 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 ये example banani. रहने दो, leave it. Getting my point? When we make this a swap change, if some examples are given, that's it. At the end, 6 point is revise. Before submitting, before moving on to the next question, you revise your reading summary. Okay. Again, if you cannot find any synonym, if you cannot find any swap, you follow step number 4 and straight away move to 6. You don't need step number 5. But if you know the synonym, if there is any swap, then you go for step number 5. Okay. And how many changes? Only 2. Don't go for more than 2. It's not required. Of words, of examples, not sentences, of words or examples, right? One swap, one synonym. Any two changes. Any two means one swap, one synonym. No synonym, then one swap or maximum two swaps, right? No swap, then either one or two synonyms. Okay. So first is read the passage. Second, get the main idea and pick any two independent sentences, two full independent sentences. Third, type those sentences. Fourth, combine with any of these two conjunctions, comma and, put comma. Don't forget comma, right? Comma and or comma but. Fifth, optional, if you know either synonym or swap, any two changes. I should write any two changes. And six, before submitting or moving on to the next question, revise your summary, check the spellings. That's your reading summary. How many will come? Only 2 or 3. And you will have 10 minutes to follow all these steps. Only 10 minutes time. Okay, just here. What will happen if we are unable to find the exact synonym? That's okay. You just combine and move to the next one. Yeah. See, guys. See. Suppose Nikhat thinks that the beginning two, according to her, the beginning two sentences are the main idea ones. Okay. You think the first and the last sentence are the main idea, right? Now both of you will make change accordingly. Just a sec, guys. Yeah, so I was saying that so you picked first and the last, she picked the beginning too, right? You will make your changes accordingly. There's no right and wrong in reading summary. Okay, the main thing is you follow these steps. What you think are that these if you think these two sentences are the main idea, those are your best sentences. That's it. There's no right or wrong in reading summary. Clear? Any other doubt? All good? Perfect. टू मेन आइडियाज क्यों होंगे? आपको एक ही एक पूरे में से आपको एक ही main बात लगेगी, ठीक है? दो है भी तो पैसेज, सी पैसेज में दो बात है ना, एक पे होगा 80%, एक पे होगा 20%. यू पिक द 80% वन. ओके, योर मेन आइडिया इज द बेस्ट आइडिया, बस दूसरे का आइडिया छोड़ो, ठीक है? Okay guys, now beginning with our writing session is over. Now we are beginning with the special session. So if anyone wants to leave, please leave quietly and quickly. No worries. किसका? Come. अक्षय बुला लो सबको जो भी है. Yes guys, quickly open the Facebook page. Yes, everyone, on the Facebook page. On. What's the first post? Tell me. Yes, the first is Alhamdulillah 1879 in 6 days, 1st to 6th of December. Now 8079 by 31st December, inshallah. Which December? This 2017 one, not 18. So tell me, do you want to be one of those eights in this December? Yes, everyone, provided you have got test in December. So how many of you want to achieve 8 in December? Raise your hands. बाकी सब अच्छा टेस्ट ही तब बुक है दिसंबर वाले you have to do it at any cost, right? You know about the challenge, right? We have to score 88 in December. 80. I want you to be one of those 80s. हाँ, सही बात है. Next is 2562. Yes, everyone on the Facebook page. कहाँ पे हो? Where's your phone? 3G चला लो अभी अपना for the timing. Date तो साथ वाले का phone देखो फिर. And make sure before you leave, get the Facebook password, your Wi-Fi password from the reception. चलो अभी उसका take his help. Yes, guys, 2562 is Rinjing, who has scored 79, 79, 86, 81. Then success 2561 is Gagan, who has scored 80, 90, 99. 80 के बाद तो कम ही नहीं हुआ ना. 80, 90, 90, 90. Next is 2561 is Noraz, who has scored 90 listening, 82 reading, 85 speaking, 90 writing. Then 2560 is Asad, who has scored 90 listening, 87 reading, 90 speaking, 88 writing. Moving on, 2559 is Simmer, who has scored 87, 89, 90, 82. Then Jabin, who has scored 79, 86, 19, 81. And that's it. All eights. मतलब 8 से कम में तो हमें बात ही नहीं करनी है ना किंजल. कब आ रहा है स्कोर? जल्दी करो प्रिपरेशन करके. ठीक है. कब गए थे इंडिया? नहीं गए कब? अक्टूबर 2 को और आए अभी हो. काफी टाइम हो गया फिर. काफी कुछ मिस किया मतलब. ठीक है, पहले फिर प्रिपरेशन ही करो. हाँ पूरा you have missed a lot of things. Now special suggestion, right? So special sorry, not special suggestion, special session, special session. So special blanks for special students. His guy is not talking in the class, everyone. Open this link in your browser. Are you able to open it? Huh? Yeah, that's small k, capital G. पक्का? पक्की बात? हाँ, something is wrong. मुझे ये चाहिए था. Now everything will be right. Not right. No. Today it was only in the writing session. I'll let you know what's slam. Yes, guys, are you able to open the link? Yes or no, everyone? Who said no? Did you type the same GWO.GL slash small k, capital G, small n, 7, big F, small n? Is this Android? Huh? No, Wi-Fi is working. Then try to use 3G. Where are you? Where are you? Guys, open this link. Wi-Fi. Then try your 4G or 3G. Try your phone. It does. Mine is working. Change the service provider. अभी बात करो. No one is able. Kinjal is able to open it. Who are able to open it? Raise your hands. Guys, try karo. Refresh and open it in Google Docs. Guys, open it in Google Docs. Try refreshing the page. Because of the blanks. How come, guys? It's not working. 4G karo. No worries. We'll do something about it. ना ना पढ़ना तो है ऐसी बात नहीं है छोड़ेंगे नहीं डोंट वरी ठीक है who all are able to open it raise your hands again Kinjal your name is only 4 5 6 hardly any not all कोई नहीं for you who are not able to open it I'll write these write the paragraphs on the board one by one we'll see how first one let's start with the first one we'll see how we'll go further I type this link somewhere else guys please repeat the link for me GOO.GL then K small then G right N small 6 and 7 A then huh small n right yeah. Okay those who are not able to open it quickly write these blanks down so the keyword is chronic diseases sorry not chronic disease and exercise chronic means serious long term disease chronic means serious long term disease so did anyone get this passage huh anyone who got this passage अच्छा पहले लाइन से नहीं दिमाग में घंटी नहीं बजती it's a short and sweet one very easy one that's your first plank can have important health benefits. Yes, guys. Anyone who remembers this plank? That's your first plank. Huh? No, it's not LAM. When we say LAM means look at me. Look at me means in this passage, the answers which are given in the passage, they will be the same one, right? You just need to do only those blanks. But when it's not LAM, you need to read the whole passage. It can be that particular blank or it can be any other blank from the passage, right? So you need to go through the whole passage. So that's your first blank. So only three blanks, but it's not LAM. It's not look at me. So what it says, if you have a chronic disease, as we discussed, chronic is something which is long term and very serious, right? Chronic disease such as heart disease, diabetes, asthma, or back or joint pain, exercise can have important health benefits. Benefits. So first it starts with C, second with B, benefits. Then, however, it's important to talk to your doctor before starting an exercise routine. Why have they used however here? Because there's a condition here. So general rule is you need to exercise if you have any chronic disease, but you need to see your doctor before starting any exercise. That's why there's a clause of however, right? He or she might have advice on what exercises. Guys, why haven't we used advice with S here? Why no S? That's a verb. Exactly. When we say ADVICE, when advice is with C, it's a noun, right? I need doctor's advice, ICE. But when we say advice with ISE, that's a verb. My lawyer advised me to do this. So that's advice is with S. So ISE is verb, ICE is a noun. Similarly, when we say practice, practice with ICE is a noun. He is he's into corporate practice. He's into legal practice. ICE. But when practice is with ISE, then it's a verb, right? Like he is practicing as a lawyer. He's practicing as a doctor. ISE. Clear? Advice ISE is sorry. ISE is verb. ISE. And ICE is noun. Okay, a thing. So he or she might have advice on what exercises are safe and any precautions you might need to take while exercising. Now tell me, what can be the potential blanks from this one? Because you can get other blanks, other words can be blanks as well. Tell me, what are the potential blanks? How about precautions? Could be. What else? However, could be, yes. And routine, yes. What else? Before, talk to your doctor before starting. Could be. What else? One by one. Heart disease could be. While, maybe, depends. While exercising, right? So you need to go through the passage 5 or 6 times, because this is not look at me, right? It can be any blank from the passage. Okay, I'll give you 4 minutes, I'll give you 3 minutes, go through the passage, and then we'll have a quiz. Akshay, go through the passage, not text message or WhatsApp. It can be any blank from this passage. It starting can also be a potential blank. Starting can also be an answer. Starting could be a potential blank for starting exercise routine. Also sign and pass that in a sheet. I'll give you 1 minute extra for that. इसको नोट डाउन करो, कर लिया नोट डाउन? ठीक है, ठीक है, तीनों काम कर ले, अच्छी बात है। अब याद भी कर लो। Done? Have you read the blanks at least 4 times? Everyone? I'm wiping this off. Everyone has noted down the blanks. You can see the link on the board. If you're able to open it, well and good. Let's start first. Okay, everyone, close on your phones. Cover, close, put it upside down, close your notebooks, each and everything, wherever you have written these blanks. Close the books. Guys, everyone, close your books and phones. अभी भी चीटिंग के लिए नोटबुक्स ओपन है साथ वाली की बंद कर दो केशव साथ वाली की बंद कर दो डोंट वरी वो तुम्हें कुछ कहेगा नहीं या कहेगी नहीं ओके आई विल स्टार्ट विद केशव फर्स्ट ठीक है केशव बताओ डैश इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट टू टॉक टू याद क्या किया फिर डैश इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट टू डॉक्टर कैसे सेंटेंस क्या बना यस किंजल however however it's important to talk to okay your name is Farah okay however it's important to talk to your doctor dash starting an exercise dash huh before starting an exercise dash the who will answer her who will rectify her ek ek karke routine exactly so however it's important to talk to your doctor before starting an exercise routine 2 minutes okay next one your name is Ashok if you have a dash disease easy okay next Sabah he or she might have dash dash what exercises now there are two blanks he or she might have dash dash what exercises one is advice second okay wait Ali Kinjal who will yes advice on okay um your name जसवंत है ना कहाँ थे फिर बाहर थे चलो योर नेम ना ना Faisal tell me um he or she might have advice on what exercises are dash हाँ जी आप what exercises are ना रहने दो फिर yes Prakash right Pradeep yes what exercises are safe what exercises are safe next one to जशन नहीं आया आज जशन कहाँ नहीं आया anyway who wants to answer कोई volunteer भी तो हो ना मैंने तो पिक करना ही है किंजल ने आंसर दे no who hasn't tried yet Omar okay what exercises are safe and any dash you might need Precautions. 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 What are precautions? Parhez हिंदी में कहते हैं, right? Steps you need to take in order to prevent any disease. Precautions, right? Like if you have some heart disease, you need to stay away from oily, fatty, or junk food. Okay, those are precautions. Next one, important health dash benefits. Last one, who will answer the last one? ना ना मतलब आंसर कौन देगा जो मैं लास्ट क्वेश्चन पूछूंगी उसका व्हाट्स नेम Pranam. 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 Okay. Pranam. Where are you from? Kerala. Okay. Pranam, tell me. Precautions you might need to take dash dash. Okay, one more time. Any precautions you might need to take dash dash. What about you? You might need to take dash dash. Huh? No. Akshay? While size. Exercising while exercising. Okay, the last one, the last part of the passage. Okay, good performance, I would say. Everyone move to number 2. अच्छा जो who can see all those who can see अब तो ये भी issue है ना. The next one that we will be doing, that you the one that you cannot see is the one that has come in the exam. Students have confirmed that. Anyone who remembers financing of Australian higher education? Anyone? No? Or how about if I say um, HECS, Higher Education Contribution Scheme? You got it? एग्जाम में आया मतलब इसमें नहीं. Ali, how many blanks? 5 answers. You don't know, but 5. Are you sure? Some said 4, some said 5. Anyone else who got it? No. Okay, guys, try to refresh the page if you can. Try refreshing the page. वो तो फेडरेशन कुछ करके था ना. दैट वाज वो तो जूली बिशप वाला था ना. दिस नॉट जूली बिशप, दूसरा है. Yes, guys, are you able to open the page? Yes? Still no. So let's start then. Link may problem. Link many. The problem is with Wi-Fi, not the link. Yeah, that's because of there's some issue with the line here. There's some issue. Sorry? हाँ मैं वही करूँगी अब. There's no other way. Guys, just give me a second. It's a long one, so we'll go paragraph by paragraph. Okay, write it down quickly. Huh? What? Okay, so open. Okay. What about others? Are you all able to open it? Tell me. Okay, raise your hands if you cannot. Quickly, we'll do something. Raise your hands if you cannot. Most of you are able to open it. Can you take the help of your partner? You know, because writing these blanks on the board will be like it will take too much time. Try to refresh the page. सबा नहीं हो रहा ओपन हो रहा है गुड पॉजिटिव ओपन हो रहा है गुड किस डियर नो सबा का हो रहा है अक्षय टेक हेल्प ऑफ सबा आर यू एबल टू ओपन इट यस डियर व्हाट्स योर नेम पूजा पूजा यू एबल टू ओपन द लिंक नहीं व्हाट अबाउट यू अच्छा तीनों का ही नहीं हो रहा वहां पे कुछ नेटवर्क गड़बड़ है उस साइड although you are the nearest one to Wi-Fi, but still there's some network issue. Yes, who all cannot raise your hands? इन 2 मिनट तक रेस करके रखना आप दोनों का नहीं हो रहा you're able to open it can you sit here so that you know both of them can share one with you one with him change the seat yes who all cannot वहां पे तो कुछ मेजर इशू है उस साइड वालों का ही नहीं आ रहा खाली आप एक वहां पे शिफ्ट हो जाओ हाँ आपका तो लिंक ओपन हो रहा है ना हाँ तो आप एक वहां पे शिफ्ट हो जाओ डियर यू कम हियर just two of you the middle one yeah दोनों का काम हो जाएगा and are you staying or leaving you will just wait yeah it's an iPad so it will be easy yes who else cannot open the link Omar you can take you're able to open the link yes yeah so you can take yourself what about you you're not able to open it right are you able to open the link then you too anyone else you're not able to right but he can perfect anyone else all sorted good let's move what it says financing of so the keyword that we have given to this passage is HECS HECS you know the short form or Australian higher education okay now what it says financing of Australian higher education has undergone dramatic change since the early 1970s so dramatic can be a possible blank could be again it's not look at me so it can be any blank from this passage okay moving on although the Australian government provided regular funding for universities from the late 1950s in 1974 it assumed full responsibility for funding higher education abolishing tuition fees with the intention of making university accessible to all Australians who had the ability and who wished to participate in higher education so in the late 1950s, government didn't take the full responsibility of providing funding. But from 1974, government said that now we will take care of the education sector. We will provide loans to students, right? So although can be a potential answer, could be. Okay, moving on. What is assumed? Assuming responsibility. Assume means to take responsibility, right? It assumed full responsibility for funding higher education. Abolishing means finishing, ending something, right? Stopping something. So abolishing tuition fees with the intention of making university accessible to is a collocation, right? Like special facilities are accessible to the or these facilities are accessible to senior citizens, right? So accessible to is a collocation which we usually use. Next one, who had the ability. Now, who can tell me why have we used had here? Who had the ability? Why have we used had here? Because it's in the past. What happened in 1974? In 1974, this was the situation. This was what was happening in 1974. Therefore, we have used had here, right? Had the ability. ability and who wish to participate in higher education. Now tell me, does anyone remember getting this blank apart from Ali? बहुत ही बढ़िया. Anyone else? अली को भी याद नहीं है. गाइस बादाम खाया करो, कुछ लो, च्यवनप्राश बादाम जिससे भी दिमाग तेज होता है. Anyone else? No. Okay, in the afternoon session also, students said that we got the blank and they were sure about introduced and revenue, the last two. Confirm. Introduced, we confirmed it, right? Then accessible or ability, tell me. Eh? Now there's a confusion. Some people said accessible, some said ability. And what about assumed? Abolishing? Sure or not sure? रहने दो. Okay, accessible ability, let's see. Now, so moving on, second paragraph. Since the late 1980s, there has been a move towards greater private contributions. Now, can anyone tell me why have we used has been here? It is still going on exactly because of since. When we use since when something started in the past and is still continuing. Like I started working here in 2016 and I'm still working, right? So I will say I have been working in Ahmedabad, Speed and Isles since 2016. Okay. Now, what do we use with since? With since we used present perfect and present perfect continuous. When we say present perfect, it means has or have along with verbs third form, like I have worked here since 2016. So have worked is your present perfect. Okay. Or present perfect continuous, that means has or have verbs third form along with verb with ing. So I have been verb third form and then working verb with ing in Ahmedabad, Speed and Isles since 2016. Okay. What is present perfect? Have worked. Okay. Has or have with verbs third form. Was it, what is present perfect continuous? Has have verbs third form and then verb with ing. Continuous है, continuing ing. Right? Like Akshay has been in a relationship with an Aussie girl since 2000. कौन सा साल डाले 15? हाँ, PTE है ना. Maybe she left, right? हाँ. Maybe he rejected her, है ना, हो सकता है ना. देख के तो खुश हो गया. Yeah. So guys, just kidding, he is single. Okay, पहले उसको PT स्कोर, अभी PT उसकी गर्लफ्रेंड है. ठीक है. So yes guys, present perfect. What is present perfect? Has have with verbs third form. Present perfect continuous has have with verbs third form plus ing. Okay. Now here when we say since the late 1980s, there has been a move towards, tell me, is it present perfect or present perfect continuous? Present perfect, perfect. There has been a move towards greater private contributions, particularly student fees. Now, particularly can also be a potential blank, particularly, specifically something, right? In 1989, the Australian government introduced the Higher Education Contribution Scheme, HECS, which included a loan scheme to help students finance their contributions. This enabled universities to remain accessible to students by delaying their payments until they could afford to pay off their loans. Pay off. In 2002, the Australian government introduced a scheme. We are also sure about introduced. That's a blank. Okay. Australian government introduced a similar scheme to HECS for postgraduate students. The post not required. Move to third paragraph. Funding for higher education comes from various sources. The article examines the three main sources: Australian government funding, student fees and charges, and HECS. Now, while could be the potential blank, while the proportion of could be, I mean, proportion can be a potential blank. Proportion of total revenue raised. Revenue is a short. Revenue is confirmed. Yes, Ali? Revenue is confirmed, right? Total revenue raised through HECS is relatively small. HECS payments are a significant component of students' university costs and with many students not required. So assumed, abolishing, accessible, ability all start with A. Introduced I, revenue R. Okay. What are the keywords? What is the hint for this passage? HECS and Australian higher education. है ना? Australian higher education. Now, I'll give you 6 minutes. I'll give you no, 6 minutes. I'll give you 8 minutes. Go through the blanks. Go through the whole passage. Read the passage 5 or 6 times, and the better way is write down the potential blanks. By writing, you memorize, you remember more. Guys, attendance sheet. Who hasn't signed it yet? पीछे pass करो. Where's the second one? Everyone from that side has signed it? Yes? How about this row? No, pass it to the back. First row, everyone has signed the attendance sheet? No. Undergone can also be a potential blank. Undergone, right? Dash dramatic change. Collocation. हाँ ये लास्ट है ना I'll discuss हम्म for the timing don't run to number 3 and number 4 do number 2 for the timing we are on number 2 आपको लगता है वो 2 सेकंड तो हो गए ना तो कर लिया हमने याद रहेगा मुझे नेक्स्ट वाला देखता हूँ मैं क्या है और डू नंबर 2 फर्स्ट Done? How many times have you read it? How many of you read it 4 times? Four. Four? 3 times? Two? वन तो नहीं है ना कोई बाहर जो वन है Time's up, everyone. Time's up. Shut down. I mean, turn off your phones. Turn it upside down. Close your notebooks. Close your phones and notebooks. Yes, yes, still phones are still on, on. Keshav. And what's your name? नाम ही बता दो. हाँ. Sus Thani. Susthani. Susthani from Nepal. Okay. Susthani, let's begin with you first. अभी तक book बंद नहीं हुई. अब okay, Susthani, tell me. In 1974, it dash full responsibility. In 1974, it dash full responsibility. It starts with A, very good. Ends with D. In between S, assumed, assumed, assumed.
Usually when I have budget, they say assume.
उनको मत सुनो. ठीक है.
I used to say assume, but I heard them saying assume.
हाँ, assume, right? उनको मत सुनो. ठीक है. Don't listen to them. Okay, next one to your name. Nishant. Nishant from Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. Nishant, मुझे बताओ. Okay, full responsibility for funding higher education dash tuition fees. No prompting. याद क्या किया? Ali? Abolishing tuition fees. Okay, we all want our tuition fees to be abolished. So abolishing tuition fees. Okay, next one for Ether. Okay, next one. Making university to all Australians. Making university blank to all Australians. Accessible. Good. Two. Your name is Lamia. Lamia from Bangladesh. Lamia, tell me. Hmm. HECS, which dash a loans scheme to help students. On बंद करो. HECS, which dash a loans scheme. Now, anyone else? Akshay to answer. Akshay won't answer. That's your punishment. Yes. Includes. Introduced. No, wrong. It's not one of the blanks. It's something else. Okay, one last time. In 1989, the Australian government introduced the Higher Education Contribution Scheme, which dash a loan scheme to help students. Included, exactly, included. Okay. Next one. आपका नाम क्या है? खुशबू. हाँ, खुशबू, बताओ मुझे. This dash फोन ही दे दो. कौन सा है? 6 है. कौन सा है ये? है तो 7 प्लस है ना. मेरा 6 है तो मुझे जरूरत पड़ सकती है. ठीक है. खुशबू बताओ मुझे. This dash universities to remain accessible. This dash universities to remain accessible to students by delaying their payments. कोई भी नहीं. What about you, dear? Good excuse. Yes, you tell me. You just did the blanks. Who can answer this one? Enabled, exactly. Enabled, no, this enabled. Okay. Now, हाथ ही खड़ा कर दिया करो, मुझे ढूंढना पड़ता है किससे पूछूं. अली. अली से कुछ डिफिकल्ट पूछना पड़ेगा. Okay. This article dash three main sources. Dash three main sources, huh? No, exam is very good. Uh, Tell me this one. You tell me. Dash, no, no, no. While the dash of total dash raced through HECS. While the dash of total dash raced through HECS. Revenue is the first one blank or the second blank? Second one? Wait, no one will answer the first one. Tell me the first one. While the dash of total dash raced through HECS. She said the second one is revenue. Sabha, what is the first one? हाँ सही है डर क्यों रहे proportion while the proportion of total revenue raced through. Okay guys, good, performed well. Number three, everyone, number three is your LAM. LAM means look at me. So what does it mean? You just need to remember the passage, and you should be sure about the blanks. These are the fixed blanks that will come. Now for third one, your keyword is for number three, the keyword, the hint for the passage is Bhutan. Simple. Bhutan. Okay. Anyone who got this Bhutan passage? Raise your hands if you got Bhutan. Sorry? You got it in the exam? तो फिर कहाँ मिला? I know it's number three. Thanks for letting me know. But no one got Bhutan. Guys, क्या एग्जाम नहीं देते? मेमोरी नहीं है या आता नहीं है? आए नहीं है. चलो अच्छी बात है बाज रहे तो, है ना? So what it says, Bhutan is the last standing Buddhist kingdom in the world and until recently has preserved much of their culture since the 17th century by avoiding globalization and staying isolated from the world. So Bhutan is the last standing Buddhist kingdom and it has preserved its culture by avoiding globalization in their country. So first is preserved. Moving on, internet, television and western dress were banned from the country up until 10 years ago. Did you know that? No, right? But over the past 10 years, globalization has begun to change in Bhutan, but things remain perfectly balanced. So even though globalization has entered Bhutan, even then the culture, the environment is still the culture, environment, and economy of globalization is still perfectly balanced. So first one is preserved, second is perfectly. Moving on, so it's PP. I'll tell you the story that we made later on. Moving on, Bhutan is the only country in the world that has a GNH. You may think GNH is just another statistically based term. So when we talk about GDP, GNH, we think it's about statistics, right? So second one is third one is statistically based term with no real life application, but it refers to gross national happiness. The process of measuring GNH began when Bhutan opened up to globalization. It measures people's quality of life and makes sure that material and spiritual development happen together. Bhutan has done an amazing job of finding this balance. Bhutan has continually been ranked as the happiest country in all of Asia. Did you know that? Happiest country in all of Asia. Okay. And the eighth happiest country in the world according to Business Week. मतलब हमारा जो पड़ोसी है, that's eighth happiest country in the world. हाँ वही चलते हैं, सही बात है. यहाँ पे तो हमारा कुछ हो नहीं रहा. घूम के तो आ सकते हैं. हाँ घूमने की बात ही कर रहे हैं. In 2007, Bhutan had the second fastest growing GDP in the world at the same time as maintaining their environment and cultural identity. So they're performing economically well, along with I mean also they're maintaining the environment and cultural identity both, right? So traditional modern thing are balanced very well. So the fourth one is maintaining. maintaining cultural and environmental and cultural identity. Okay, move on. Last one. Bhutan is the only Buddhist kingdom in the world. Mahayana Buddhism is the official religion of Bhutan. Over two-thirds of the people are Buddhist, and Buddhism is supported by the government both politically and economically. The government gives subsidies. Subsidies are given by governments mostly, right? So government gives subsidies to Buddhist monasteries, shrines, monks, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now the keywords here are PPSMS. PPSMS. First P for preserved, second P perfectly, S is statistically, M maintaining, S is subsidies. So what the story we made was people please no no please please pass SMS here. Please pass SMS. Please pass SMS. Where in please P stands for preserved. Pass no no क्या था? Please pass. हाँ. In pass P stands for perfectly. S first S is statistically. M maintaining. Last S for subsidies. Please pass SMS. Right. So India is telling Bhutan, please pass SMS. Okay. Do we ever pass SMS? We send SMS or we receive or forward SMS, right? But here we pass SMS. Okay, take 2 minutes and go through the blanks. These are LAM, so you don't need to read the whole passage. Just focus on these blanks, particular blanks, 5 blanks. Anyone here for special suggestions? Anyone here for special suggestions? Special suggestion. So before your test day, come here. I mean, 24 hours before your test, come here, and we will give you special suggestion for your test. It's only 10 minutes long every day. I mean, only on weekdays. First session is 9:50 to 10. Second one is 2 to 2:10. Third evening is 6 to 6:10. It's a must before your test, right? इसमें नाम है लुइस ये ये लुइस का नाम है लुइस का नाम है कहाँ लॉग मोनेक्स है रेडिकल्स है ना इसमें नाम है लुइस लेरॉय नहीं है इसमें है डिफरेंट है नहीं कुछ तो डिफरेंट है इसमें एक ही पैरा है, इसमें दो पैरा थ्योरेटिकल से दूसरा मेरे हिसाब से बिकॉज इट्स एलएम वो एलएम नहीं है क्वेश्चन हाँ इसमें कौन सा एम्फेसिस इसमें एम्फेसिस बेनिफिट है इसमें थ्योरेटिकल्स भी नहीं है जनरेशन सोर्स भी एलएम तो करो बिकॉज एलएम किसमें था बाकी सब लिसनिंग समथिंग फिर से सब कुछ राइट कम्युनिकेशन लिसनिंग है फोकस ऑन रिपीट जितना भी आते हैं can't be 100% but जितना भी है ना बोलते ना वो कवर हो guys done everyone okay okay let's move to number 4 now number 4 do you remember we did impressionism yesterday as well the Paris है ना हमने कहानी बनाई थी क्या कहानी थी कल की हाँ eating dinner in a car है ना हाँ okay now both the passages are somehow similar somehow different you can't say it's exactly similar exactly different so you read both to be on a safe side you read both right but this is look at me we are more sure about this one the impressionism the Paris one that we are doing today it's look at me so we are more sure about this one okay so let's focus on this one but for the exam you read both okay the one that we are doing today is only one paragraph the one that we did yesterday had two paragraphs okay and the second paragraph was starting with radicals in yesterday's one clear so what it says impressionism was an art movement of the 19th century which began as a private association of Paris yes guys baatein nahi Omar what's happening yes any confusion then why are you talking today's link yesterday's link after the class ask him okay so, Impressionism was an art movement of the 19th century which began as a private association of Paris based artists who exhibited publicly in 1874. So, Impressionism is what it was an art movement, okay, related to art, painting. The term Impressionism originated from art critic Louis Leroy, who commented Monet's painting Impression sur le Levant. Leroy said that it indeed was just an impression and that the work could not be considered finished. So why they gave the name why they gave the name Impressionism? Because it was just an impression. The painting was not yet complete. Right? That's why it's called Impressionism. The Impressionists adopted this term and decided to use it for their own benefit. So they thought, since it's not a finished work, we will call it Impressionism for their own benefit. Okay? For their own benefit is a very common collocation, right? It's for your own benefit, right? Um, Early Impressionist painters were radicals in their time. Who are radicals? Radicals are those persons, those individuals who do not follow the laws, who do not follow the rules. They go against the laws or against the rules. Those are radicals, like extremists, right? So early Impressionist painters were radicals in their time, breaking many of the rules of picture making that had been set by earlier generations. So why they are called radicals? Because the previous painters who used to paint in a fixed manner, they broke that way and they created their own way of painting. Right? Up until the Impressionists, history had been the accepted source of subject matter for paintings. So before the Impressionists, history was the accepted source of subject matter for painting. So with history, they got to know about painting. Okay, the accepted source. So now in this one, so the one that we did yesterday, in that we had lots of blanks. They were not just four. How many were there in the yesterday? In the yesterday, five. Huh. So today we have got four, right? One, two, three, four. Yeah, four. So guys, you read both, but the one that we are doing today is the more sure one. So for number four, it is benefit, radicals, generations, and source. We made a story which was um, get the story. Impressionism, right? रहेंगे बाहर रहेंगे सब बाहर रहेंगे सब bahar b means I know it's very funny I know it's very funny do you understand Hindi yeah what is bahar oh, good रहेंगे stay sub means everyone all good so bahar b means benefit or benefits tell me benefit rahe is radicals right yeah gay means generations and sub means source bahar rahenge sab now it has got four blanks it has got four blanks and the one that we did yesterday had got five blanks and for that the story was eating dinner in a car there were five blanks these are four ones so you have to see accordingly I would say read both the blanks read both the blanks right but we are more sure about today's blanks okay everyone yes guys take 1 minute quickly revise and then I'll take a quick quiz of all the blanks 1 minute revise all revision done revision done yes बाहर रहेंगे सब if revision is not done done okay okay everyone close your books and phones everyone आधा wind up ही कर लो yes dear everyone notebooks smartphones smart notebooks everything closed okay I'll start with your name Sujita Sujita tell me in impressionism Paris what is the first blank good moving on your name Pradeep मुझे बताओ in disease and exercise ध्यान है ना the first one In that one, what is what is the last blank? Okay, how many blanks were there? Three. Good. Last one is good. Your name? Alina. Alina, tell me. In HECS, remember Australian Higher Education. What is the last blank? Good. What is the first one? Assumed. Assumed. Right. Some boy. आपका नाम, what's your name? Yes. Dilshan. Dilshan, tell me in Bhutan 1, what is blank number 3? Number 3. Wait, yes. देखा तो नहीं ना? हाँ. Statistically, third one. Remember? क्या थी कहानी? What was the story? Please pass SMS. So third one is statistically. S. Okay. Phone अभी तक open है. Your name? Abdul. Abdul, tell me. Again in Bhutan 1, what is the second last blank? Blank number 4. Maintaining. Good. Now in Impressionism, what's your name at the end? Nirmala. In Impressionism Paris, what is sub? What is the last blank? Shh. Starts with S, ends with E. Bus. No. Okay. What about you? No, no, at the back. Yes. In Impressionism, what is the last one? Don't. हाँ, अब बताओ. हाँ? Source. Exactly. Source. Okay. क्या था? What was the story for the last one? बाहर रहेंगे सब. B for रहेंगे. Radical. Gay and sub source. Good. That's it, guys. भागो. Keshav, everyone, settle down, guys. Now we are starting with the regular session. Now tell me, have you all taken these worksheets? No. Please take it from here quickly. And in the meantime, everyone come to the Facebook page quickly. Anyone else who hasn't got the sheet? Yeah. और चाहिए एक काम करो इतने भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दे रहा yes guys anyone else no okay guys quickly बातें का टाइम नहीं है बातें बाहर come to the Facebook page come to our Facebook page not your Facebook page दोस्त का हैप्पी बर्थडे चलो उसका मैं मैसेज टाइप कर देता हूँ नो on this page is everyone there reply करो yes yes what is yes yes Alhamdulillah, 18/8 in 6 days, 1st to 6th of December. Now target is 88 by 31st of December. Will you accomplish this target? Yes? Yes or no? Yes. Good. Next one is 2562 is Ringing, who has scored 79, 79, 86, 81. Now the scores that we'll be reading, everyone is 8. 2561 Gagan, who has scored 80, then 90, then 90, then 90. Wow. 2561 Noriaz, who has scored 90, 82, 85, 90. Then 2560 is Asad, who has scored 90, 87, 90, 88. Moving on to 559 is Simmer, who has scored 87, 89, 90, 82. Then 2558 is Jabin, who has scored 79, 86, 19, 81. And 2557 Danish, we have already read it. Perfect. You know, we every day before, not every, yeah, every day before the test, we make call to our future test takers, like, you know, tomorrow's test taker. And whenever we call and when they say, ma'am, this time I'm definitely going to get it. I want my photo to be posted. We feel so happy that, you know, these students are so motivated that, yes, I want my score and I will get it. So do you have the same motivation? Yes? एक तो ऐसे ही है हाँ है चाहिए स्कोर yes good okay now beginning with today's sheet the one that we have so we have speaking reading and writing okay guys describe image and read aloud is your home task okay I'm coming to retail lecture Retail lecture comes in speaking. This is the fourth question in your speaking section. It contributes marks in speaking and listening. How many scores? Around 20 in speaking, around 20 in listening. It's a very easy question. You will hear to an audio. Audio will be around 1 to 1.5 minutes long. Now, anyone who is attending class for the first time or who is, have you done retail lecture before? Never? On your own? No. Anyone else who is attending retail lecture class for the first time? Yeah. How did you do retail lecture before? Taking down notes from the audio and explaining the audio. Right. Now today you will learn a very different strategy for this question. Okay. The strategy is you listen to the audio carefully. Not carefully, just listen to the audio. Right. Now while listening to the audio, you make a list of words from the audio. Let's say audio is discussing about happiness, how to inculcate more happier moments in your life. That's the whole audio, right? Now the audio is going on. Let's say the first word you heard was happiness. Audio is still going on. The moment you finish, you listen to the second word, which is, let's say, life. Then inculcate, rejoice, people, and more words. So we suggest writing around 10 to 15 words per audio. Okay, take down these words. After the audio, you will have 10 seconds time. In this time, your microphone will be turned off. So what you do is you use this time to read these words like happiness, life, inculcate, rejoice, people. Okay. One more thing, when you write down these words, make sure your handwriting should be clear. But if you'll be writing like, I'm sorry, it's not going to help you in any way. Right? Write it clearly. Even if it's only 10 words, but it should be clearly, it should be legible. Read these words in 10 seconds, and after 10 seconds, again you will get a total recording time of 40 seconds. And just like describe image, you speak about this audio for 25 seconds only. And what will you speak in 25 seconds? You just read out these words in a fluent manner. You don't need to make any proper story. You don't need to tell everything about the audio. So how you can go about? I heard a very interesting lecture. He mentioned happiness, life, inculcate, rejoice, and people. In the second part, he discussed about happiness, life, inculcate, rejoice, and people. I also heard read a lecture, audio 10 second and 40 second. In the third part, he talked about happiness, life, inculcate, rejoice, people. Okay, so you have to sound like you are saying a sentence, but actually you are only reading words. That's your retail lecture. Okay, and at 25 seconds, you straight away click the next button. Getting my point? At 25 seconds, the moment you're done with reading out these words, you click the next button. Don't wait. Don't pause. Immediately click the next button. Okay? And one more thing. Let's say your list is over and you still have time. What you do is you can repeat the words, you can repeat the list as many times as you want. Computer won't check. You get scores in listening by reading out the words from the audio. You get marks in speaking by reading these words fluently without any pause or hesitation, by using the correct pronunciation, and by being clear. The parameters that we have for speaking otherwise. Right? So fluency, pronunciation, clarity for speaking, for listening, these words will help you out. Okay. What I'll do now is I'll play an audio. You will see how we do retail lecture. You write down the words that I've just discussed. Yes, guys, the audio time.
Nervous mannerisms can mean trouble for speakers, like shifting your weight, adjusting your glasses, wringing your hands. These are examples of things you might be doing that lessen the impact of your presentations. And, tugging at your clothes, that's a problem too. You'd be surprised how nervous tics and inconsistent body language can distract an audience. Gestures that are not coordinated with the speaker's message will sap the speaker's energy and shift the audience's focus away from the intended message. Worse yet, it can cause an audience to laugh or even leave if they find the mannerisms difficult to watch. So what should a speaker do? The answer is planning and practice. The more you rehearse your speech, the better idea you'll have for what gestures can help emphasize a point. For example, if you want to explain to a group that your new cell phone is the size of a baby bird, you could make a cradling gesture by cupping both hands together and hold them out to be viewed. This descriptive gesture conveys the message of size while supporting the metaphor of a tiny baby bird that requires gentleness. Knowing that you're going to perform this gesture at a targeted moment in your speech will guide you as you prepare.
Go through the words. Let me set the timer. Yes, guys. Gone through the words. Now your time starts. The lecture mentioned mannerisms, adjusting, doing presentations, surprised in body language. In the third part, he talked about gestures, speaker's energy, leave difficult, do planning and practice. He also mentioned emphasize, new cell phone, cupping both hands, and descriptive gesture. In the third part, he talked about perform, targeted, guide, and prepare. I also heard mannerisms, adjusting, and doing. He also talked about presentations, surprised body language, gestures, and speaker's energy. I think my time is up, and yes, my time is up. Done. Okay. So don't read words like the speaker mentioned mannerisms, adjusting, doing presentations, surprised, body language, gestures, speakers. It is as if I'm reading out a list. You have to make it sound like a sentence. He mentioned mannerisms, adjusting, doing presentations. After that, he talked about surprised, body language, gestures, speakers, energy. You have to be a bit quick, clear, no stopping or pausing, and you read out the words. Okay. Any doubts? One thing, in the exam, this is your progress bar, right? This is your 40 seconds time. Okay, your 25 seconds end at 25 seconds ends here. Okay, let's say this is your middle point, the middle point. Okay, let's say you still have got more words. You still have got more words, and your 25 seconds end here. What you do is you don't stop here. You read out this extra 3 to 4 words, and then you click the next button here. So the point is, if you've got more words, you can speak for more than 25 seconds as well. Okay, and then at this point, immediately click the next button. Okay, in the exam, along with the audio, you can get images or videos, and you can use those images and videos for your fluency purpose. All good? Who will do? Who will do? Narvel? Narvel speaking में कितना आ रहा है score? है? तो क्या जरूरत है फिर करने की? Still, who has a microphone? मेरे पास तो नहीं है. Please pass it there to Narvel quickly. ये हाँ ये जल्दी पहुंचेगा. Narvel, I will time you. Your time starts now.
The lecture is talking about nervous and shifting. He also mentioned things like glasses and impact. In the first part of the lecture, he talked about presentation and surprise. Moving to another part, he also mentioned things like language and coordinated. In the second part, he mentioned things like focus and message. I'm not sure whether he talked about manner and planning, but I heard something about practice and emphasizes. Furthermore, he talked about new cell phone and hold. Furthermore, he also talked about descriptive and science.
Good. Time's up. Perform very well. Okay. He was a bit quick, smooth, and clear. That's how you do your read lecture. Okay. If 1 or 2 words are not clear to you, you cut them out. You don't need them because that will affect your fluency. If any word is not written clearly, it will affect your fluency. Okay. All good? Let's move. How many questions will come? 3 to 4. Yeah. Move on to write from dictation. Anyone who is doing write from dictation for the first time? It's a very important question, right from dictation, for your listening and writing scores. Okay, you will hear around 3 to 4 sentences, one after the other. Let's say the sentence will be, please switch off the lights situated on your right side. The sentence is, please switch off the lights situated on your right side. You have to type this sentence in the computer. Okay, what we do is, we listen to the sentence, and when the sentence is being played, we write the first letter of each word, like, please switch off the lights situated on your right side. So I'm giving my mind the hint that P stands for please, S switch, O off, T the. That's all. Okay, but guys, there's no specific time for write from dictation. In listening, you have got overall time of around 50 to 55 minutes. Okay, so manage your time well in listening. Otherwise, you can miss out on right from dictation. It always comes in the end, and students come and say, "Ma'am, I missed two right from dictation." If you miss two, that means you have lost some crucial scores from your writing. Okay, so save at least 8 minutes for this question. It always comes in the end. Around 2 to 3 questions of right from dictations come. Now, when you write, because it contributes score in writing, you have to be sure about grammar and spellings, right? So the first letter will always the first letter of the first word will be capital. At the end, put a comma, put a full stop or a question mark, depending on the kind of sentence it is, and put comma if it is required. Like if it says trains, cars, and lorries, then between trains and cars, you need to put a comma. Done? Okay. I'll play some sentences for you to practice. And in between, I'll give you some work to do. Just if you've already filled it, pass. Ready, everyone? Yes? Okay. The sentence number, the first sentence is for Nirmala, right? For Nirmala.
There was a television in one corner of the room.
Yes, Nirmala. What was the sentence?
There was the television, yeah, on the corner of
Mm. Who's saying? Who's saying that? Keshav, batao. Yeah. There is a television. I guess there is, it was or is. Let's see.
There was a television in one corner of the room. There was a television in one corner of the
Sunne to do,
room.
ek second. Sunne to do.
There was a television in one.
There was a television in one corner of the room. Television will be Television, and it won't be in capital letters. Okay? Just small t, yes, small t. Moving on, second one.
Tokyo is a good model for our future megacities to aspire to.
Farewell. Not complete. Who will complete it? Harpreet. Mm-mm. Tokyo is a good model for our future megacities to aspire to. Tokyo is a good model for our future megacities, megacities, to aspire to. Now, in to aspire to, where will you write TOO? In the first two or in the second two? Nowhere. TO, to aspire, ASPIRE, and to again TO. You will not write double O anywhere. To aspire to. Okay, you got tricked. Number 3.
For today's lecture, the teacher divided the students into two groups.
Yes, dear. You. मुझे नाम नहीं ध्यान. क्या नाम है? What's her name? What's your name, dear? Ishara. Yes, Ishara, tell me.
the class will divided into
Not bad, but neither good. I want to answer from him. Dear, I forgot your name. उनका नाम. Kiran. Yes, Kiran, tell me. Keshav, rectify him. For today's lecture, the teacher divided the students into two groups. For today's lecture, the teacher divided the students into two groups. Okay. Now, what's your name? Essen. Essen, tell me, for today's lecture, how will you write today's? Very good. Today and then apostrophe S, today's lecture. Okay. No, it's optional. It's optional. It's not compulsory. No, it won't be wrong. It won't be wrong. So that's how you do right from dictation. You have to be sure about spellings and grammar. Okay. Now there are more repeats right from dictations. Again, you can open the link here and practice these sentences at home. Okay. Moving on, highlight incorrect words. Now, guys, listen. For listening, the following questions are very crucial for your listening scores. Which ones? In listening, highlight incorrect words, fill in the blanks, and write from dictations. Which ones? Highlight incorrect words, write from dictation, and fill in the blanks. Along with speaking, read a lecture, repeat sentence, and answer short question. These are very crucial for your listening scores. Okay. And trust me, in listening, highlight incorrect words, filling the blanks. These are very easy questions. Even a fifth standard student can attempt highlight incorrect words. What will happen? In highlight incorrect words, you will get a passage on the screen, and the same passage will be played in the audio. All you have to do is listen to the passage and find the incorrect words. That's it. Okay. So let's say the audio says many students are sitting in the class, and in the passage is written many pupils are sitting in the class. What is incorrect? Pupils, right? So in the exam, you just click on pupils, it will turn yellow. Okay. Now suppose you highlighted the correct word. Is it right or wrong? Wrong, right? So what you do is, if you know you have highlighted the correct word, then after the audio, you come back to that word, click on it again. When it will turn plain or white, that means it's fine. Why is it necessary? Why you shouldn't highlight the correct word? Because there's negative marking. Okay? So only highlight the incorrect words. Third, the best way to solve this question is keep your mouse or pen always on the first word. The moment the audio starts, before the audio, keep your mouse or pen on the first word, and then just move along with the audio. Click, move along, click, move along. Okay. In the exam, in one passage, you will have around 5 to 6 incorrect words. Okay. But in the class, we give you extra words, a lot many words for you to practice harder. Okay. पर एक feel good feeling के लिए, so that you feel क्लास में तो बड़ा मुश्किल था, यहाँ पे तो बड़ा आसान है. Ready for this one? Right? Right. Highlight incorrect words. Yes. I'll play audio only once. Be alert. Yes, guys, the audio.
I think that the downside to all of these formulations are that they have the potential to make needed medication more expensive and less accessible to patients who are having opioid responsive pain and who really do require these medications. What really worries me the most about all of this is that if the medical community, the public, and policymakers get too distracted by the promise of a solution to the opioid epidemic in the guise of a reformulation of known opioids, I'm worried that we're going to lose focus on addressing all of the underlying systemic issues that have really led to the epidemic in the first place, such as lack of access to alternative evidence-based means of controlling pain, a lack of mental health and social services to address other components of suffering besides physical pain, and the lack of providers who are trained in managing drug addiction and dependence.
How many did you find? Count. 13. Did you do it before? No. Yes. 13. More than 13? Sure? Okay, 13 is the right answer. Let's see, I'll play it again.
I think that the downside
Upside is incorrect. She said downside.
to all of these formulations are that they have the potential to make needed
Necessary.
medication more expensive and less accessible
Attainable.
to patients who are having opioid responsive pain and who really do require these
Acquire is incorrect. She said require. Right? So acquire is incorrect.
medications. What really worries me the most about all of this is that if the medical community, the public, and policymakers get too distracted by the promise of a solution to the opioid epidemic in the guise of a
Guise is incorrect. In the guise of, guise, it should be Guise. Guise means you hide something. Guise means mukhota bolte hain na Hindi mein, mukhota. Hiding something. Guise means to hide something, right? So here the spelling is wrong. Guise. So guise is incorrect. Move on.
reformulation of known opioids, I'm worried that we're going to lose focus.
Lose is incorrect. It should be the lost. It should be LOSE, lost wala, kho jana, right? But here it's lose, dhila wala. That's not the meaning, right? So lose is incorrect.
On addressing all of the underlying systemic issues that have really led to the epidemic in the first place,
Fast.
such as lack of access to alternative evidence-based means of controlling pain,
Gain.
a lack of mental health and social services to address
Excess.
other components of suffering besides
With. She said besides.
physical pain, and the lack of providers
Death.
who are trained and managing
Equipped. She said trained.
drug addiction and dependence.
And. Sorry, but is incorrect. Right? So 13 incorrect words. So who got 13? Ali and Kiran, right? Anyone else? फिर तो गलत है ना. No. I think it's A. Let's see.
If the medical community, the public, and policymakers get too distracted by the promise of a solution to
Of a solution. It's a solution. It's a solution, guys. Of a solution. It's not the. Move on. Filling the blanks. Now, guys, in filling the blanks, you have to be sure about spellings. So if the audio said, exercises, and you wrote exercise without additional s, it will be wrong. That particular blank will be wrong. Okay. Now, how to attempt? If you have a very good typing speed, then you listen and type the answer immediately. But for typing, make sure the cursor should be blinking on that particular blank. The cursor should be here. If it's not here, then you're merely typing and there's no, it's all in vain. Okay. But I think the second strategy is more effective, more easy for slow typers like me, that you get a notepad. Okay. Listen to the audio, have a look at the blanks as well, and you write the answers in this manner in your notepad. Okay. Now, while writing the answers, I don't know what's the fourth blank, so just put a cross here so that I don't mess up the right sequence. And then after the audio, copy the answers in the computer. I think it's much easier for me. This strategy is more effective than simply typing. Okay, but make sure spellings have to be correct. Okay, I'll play the audio. And guys, be active in this question because it's not an easy one. And I'll play audio only once. Ready?
As climate change warms the Arctic, sea ice there is disappearing at record rates, sea ice that polar bears prefer to prowl. As a result, some of the bears are spending more time on solid land and are thus switching up their diets too. Instead of the ringed seals they ate out on the ice, the bears are foraging on bowhead whale carcasses cast up on the beach.
कितने मिले? मिलने वाले इजी होंगे ना काउंट करने, ना मिलने वाले तो बहुत सारे हैं. 3, 7. Wow, you missed just one. What about others? 4, 5. Okay. So I'll play it one more time.
As climate change warms the Arctic,
A is worms. WARMS. Worms. Okay. B,
sea ice there is disappearing at
disappearing. 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 Next one.
record rates. Sea ice that
C is ice. EYES, right? EICE, ice. EICE. Moving on.
polar bears prefer to prowl. As a result, some of the bears are spending more time on solid
Solid. SOLID. Solid.
land and are thus switching
Thus, THUS.
up their diets too.
F is diets. 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 That will be wrong. If you write diet, it will be wrong. Consider no blank. Okay. DIETS. Move on.
Instead of the ringed seals they ate out on the ice, the bears are foraging on
Tell me G. Tell me the who said forging? Tell me the spelling. Anything else? What's that? चलो आंसर सही है. Guys, G, it sounds forging, but G is actually foraging. The spelling is FORAGING. Foraging means to search for food. Animals foraging in the forest means animals are searching for food. FORAGING. And the last one is,
bowhead whale carcasses cast up on the beach.
what is H? Carcasses. What is the spelling? Very good. CAR, I'll write it here. Carcasses. CARCASSES. Carcasses means the dead body of any animal, right? The skeleton of any animal, the dead body. 6 done. Move on. Number 7. Guys, we will not do number 7 because the audio does not match with the question and the options. So leave number 7. Come to number 8. Highlight correct summary. Now, it is one of those difficult questions. Highlight correct summary. Again, you will listen to an audio and you have to find the option. You have to find the option which best summarizes the audio. Okay. Now, the best way is do not read the options before the audio starts. Why? Because if you will read the options first, your mind will be finding only that particular information in the audio. Whereas your focus will be to just listen to the audio and get the main idea of the audio. What is the speaker trying to convey through this audio? What is the speaker trying to tell through this audio? Okay. After the audio, you read all the options and you eliminate the wrong options on the basis of true, false, or not given. Let's say you read A. Now, A talks about whales and the whole audio was about sharks. So A is eliminable because the audio didn't talk about it. B says he was born in 1889, but the audio said he was born in 1999. So B is false. Information does not match. C, again, C is not given. Let's say it was not discussed in the audio. So the only answer has to be D. Okay. And sometimes what the examiner will do, that is, he will give you the exact same text in the answer. The sentence that was said, that was discussed in the audio, they will give you the same sentence, but that can't be the right answer. The same sentence cannot be the right answer, may not be the right answer. Why? Because we are not finding a specific information, we are finding the summary, the gist of the audio, right? So the option which best summarizes the passage is your right answer. Let's play the audio, you will get to know how to do it. Highlight incorrect words. Highlight correct summary. Anyone who hasn't signed the attendance sheet yet? Who hasn't? Please pass the sheet there. किसके पास है? अभी रख लो, I'll play the audio first. Later on you fill it. Yes, guys, the audio. Pay attention to the audio. That's very necessary.
You're strolling down the street, or maybe hauling that load of laundry down a flight of stairs, when all of a sudden, your laces come undone. If you've ever pondered what precipitates this pedestrian wardrobe malfunction, you might want to tie your shoes and beat a path to the Proceedings of the Royal Society A. In that journal, researchers have trotted out data that show that a combination of whipping and stomping forces is what causes laces to unravel without warning. The investigators noted that shoelace knots frequently fail when people are walking, but not when they're, say, sitting on the edge of a table and swinging their legs. Laces also stay tight when marching in place with no forward motion. That led the gumshoes to suspect that stepping and swinging somehow work together to foil footwear security. But how? To untangle this knotty problem, the researchers made a slow-mo video of a student running on a treadmill, thus recording the literal steps that lead to catastrophic knot failure. Here's what they slowly saw. When the foot strikes the ground, the force of the impact causes the knot at the center of the lace to deform and stretch. And when the foot swings forward, the ends of the shoelace fly forward. That whipping motion pulls the knot open a bit more, which allows the free end of the lace to slip through a tiny bit. With each cycle of impact and whip, the free end slides a little more, until enough of it has come through, the knot finally unravels. The researchers confirmed that some knots are stronger than others. The granny knot that most of us use on our shoes is fairly weak and prone to failure, perhaps because the knot winds up twisted when pulled tight. A square knot, on the other hand, held up well in the treadmill test. To get that knot to buckle, the researchers had to attach weights to the free ends to aid in the tugging of those whipping tips. The researchers did not determine whether different types of laces are more likely to produce ties that bind.
Choose the answer. Done? Who chose A? A says, shoelace knots often fail when people are running, but not when they are swinging their legs. Laces also stay tight when marching in place with no forward motion. Was this discussed in the audio? Was this statement discussed in the audio? Yes or no? Yes, he said the same statement, but was that the summary of the audio? No. Specific information. So you can say it's discussed, but not the main idea. Okay. B. Who chose B? B says detailed studies have revealed that a combination of whipping and stomping forces is what causes shoelaces to unravel without warning. In the whole audio, what were they discussing? That how shoelaces open. When people are just swinging their legs, or even when they're marching, shoelaces don't open. But when they're whipping or stomping, shoelaces open. Why is it happening? And then they carried out researches and they found a result. Yes? Okay. C. Who chose C? खड़े करो हाथ. किया है, चूज किया है तो किया है. That's the right answer. हाँ? अच्छी बात है. So what does C say? The granny knot that most people use is relatively weak and causes malfunction, perhaps because the knot winds up twisted and when pulled tight. A square knot, on the contrary, held up well in the treadmill test. Was it discussed? Yes, it was discussed as it is, but it's a very specific. The main idea was not this, the main idea was something else. It was discussed as a secondary idea. Okay, you can say this was the 20% of the audio, not the 80%. Right? D. Understanding the shoelace mechanics has intrigued researchers for decades. What is intrigued? What does intrigued means? It means it has aroused interest among researchers. It has created interest among researchers how shoelace mechanics work. Okay. Then it says, although studies have made great strides in our understanding of shoelace mechanics, we still have a long way to go before this research is all tied up. Tell me, does D match with the audio? Yes or no? Yes, how? बट ऑप्शन विच क्या कह रहा है ऑप्शन विच में क्या है that studies have provided a great understanding, but we are still not sure how shoelace works. Was that the endpoint of the audio, or were they sure that this is the only way shoe mechanics work? Tell me. उन्होंने बोला है कि अभी आगे हम और देखेंगे कैसे काम करता है, अभी तो हमें कुछ कुछ ही पता चला है. ये was it mentioned in the audio? बताओ एंड में. What's your name? दोस्त का नाम तो अजय है ना? अजय नहीं आया ना? What's your name? गगन. हाँ गगन बताओ. हमारे हिसाब से सारे सही होते हैं ना. Guys, D was not discussed. D says that studies have shown, but still they have not concluded the research. And in the audio, they were very sure about the answer. So D is eliminable. Now it's C and D. What's the right answer? Tell me. Sorry, B and C. What is the right answer? C. Because B was the 80% of the audio. C was very specific, only 20% of the audio. Right? So B is the main idea of the audio, the summary of the audio. Yes, guys. Now tell me who chose B. Now raise your hands. कोई चोर तो नहीं है? पहले हाथ खड़ा नहीं किया, अब सही है, मैंने हाथ अब खड़ा कर दिया. अच्छी बात. तो मुझे पहले से ज्यादा लोग लोगों के ज्यादा हाथ दिखे. हाँ जी. Number 9 and 10. Take 7 minutes. Take 7 minutes and do number 9 and 10. गाइस एक काम और करते जाओ, अटेंडेंस शीट साइन करके पास करते जाओ प्लीज. Who hasn't signed it yet? Quickly raise your hands. 1. Anyone else? 2. इस रो से हो गए सब? Everyone has signed from this row? Yes. Nirmala's row, everyone has signed? This row? Done? Okay. How about this row? Harpreet's row? Everyone's done? Good. Pass it to me. Harpreet, yeah. What's your name? Pranam. Yeah, Pranam. Yes, sign करके pass it to Narwhal. One more minute.